Chelsea suffers heavy consequences if they fail tickets to the Champions League. Chelsea's spending of nearly £600 million on players since last summer could see them breach UEFA's new Financial Fair Play (FFP) law as soon as next season. And the possibility of the Blues getting into a legal conflict will increase even higher if they do not qualify for next season's Champions League. The only solution in this case is for Chelsea to sell off their stars next summer to reduce their wage bill and increase their transfer income from £150 million to £200 million. UEFA's new FFP rules stipulate that, from next season, the amount a club spends on actual player purchases, spend minus earnings, plus wages, plus agent fees, not to exceed 90% of any club's earnings. Spending in accounting terms is amortized over the term of the player's contract. For example, a player worth £100 million signed for 8 years would only be counted as £12.5 million per year. But even with Chelsea accounting for creativity this way, their spending is huge, with amortization over the coming years amounting to more than £200 million a year. The wage bill was £357 million last season, and with all the new arrivals could reach over £400 million next season. Add in agent fees, which in recent years have cost between £25 million and £30 million, and Chelsea's main costs under FFP terms could reach between £600 million and £650 million. Last season's financial figures show Chelsea's earnings, in a campaign where they finished third in the league, reached 2 domestic finals, reached the quarter-finals of the Champions League and won Club World Cup, is £481.3 million. In other words, a successful season, with a high position in the rankings and deep in all competitions, still does not help them reach £500 million in revenue. Without tickets to next season's Champions League, it is likely that Chelsea's total revenue will drop to between £400 million and £450 million. Even assuming the upper end of that income scale, their FFP costs in wages, amortization, and agent fees would not need to be greater than £405 million to comply with the rules. So £600 million would be troublesome without creative accounting or removing high earners from the books quickly with substantial fees. Chelsea's squad is massive at the moment, with 34 first-team players on their roster, compared to the typical Premier League average of 25 to 28. And that number doesn't even include 20 players on loan, including the likes of Romelu Lukaku. The Blues will need to find a way to push away the likes of Lukaku, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Conor Gallagher, Hakim Ziyech, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and several players currently on loan elsewhere. But some of them have salaries that few clubs can afford, making the task more difficult.